All right, guys, Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Thursday, January 5th, 2016. Key development this morning is retail is getting crushed. Macy's is closing stores. Kohl's here down 14% pre-market. Macy's 10% pre-market. JCPenney 6%. Nordstrom 5%. So tough day for retail across the board, pre-market at least. And we've got gold popping here. JNUG and Nugget are up 7 and 6% pre-market. Now, related to what's going on with the market, hasn't had a huge impact. The market is down 0.2%, which is not that significant. Crude is up, which is good for our oil position, and gold is up. So we'll keep an eye here on how this impacts the market. But if we forget about that for a second, just look at what happened yesterday. Exactly what we would want to see. We've talked about the consolidation here, the break below the 9, and how do we handle this range. It looks like the pivot is in. We're back up above the 9. We were back up the day before, but it was pretty weak. We got a strong candle yesterday, up 0.5%. So looking good there. IWM, same thing. Now we're short IWM as kind of a hedge here to all of our longs. So we're still sticking with this. Not worried about the stop too much unless the loss gets too big. We're at 18.58 right now. Entry was at 20 for TZA. But we've got so many longs here that I still want to keep that in play. And then the Qs, pretty much like SPY here, showing strength at the 9. Some of the sectors we're watching, IBB, really nice move yesterday. We've been watching here as it consolidates below the moving averages, and we finally got that move above the moving averages. Now we want to see it stay. So I'm still going to play it safe here with biotech. LABU is on our focus list today, but I want to see that it can hold this level. SMH semiconductors, we're short SMH right now using SOX S, going long the inverse. Still showing relative weakness related to the market after being a relative strength stock since the election. So we'll keep an eye on that. Energy, we have oil inventories reporting today, so that's going to be key. But right now, after this weird day 2 days ago where it looked like we were breaking out, then totally reversed. Yesterday held that level, and today, pre-market at least, we're gapping up. But oil inventories and how we react to that today, which report an hour before the open, is going to be key. And energy has been showing relative strength related to oil. So that's a good thing. Brazil, after being crushed post-election, has been on a nice run here. We're looking for a pullback and then an entry, but it keeps popping here. But until it consolidates, we can't really do anything with Brazil. And finally, Russia continues to show strength, consolidating under the highs. All right, let's look at our current positions. UCO, we'll see how this one plays out. We're above our entry. Play, kind of a wild day yesterday, hit all the way up to 58 and had a low of 56 and closed 57.31. And our entry was around 56. So we want to see that break of 58, and then we can look to take profits. TZA we just talked about here. Netflix moving nicely. Our entry was right around 127. We're up to 129.41, and we need to see it to get to 132 or 133. FAS Financials looking strong here after holding through some of this. Our entry was around 42. We're up to 43.27. We're looking for that move to 45. So a lot of stuff starting to work now. SOX S is the energy short. We're above our entry here. And semiconductors continue to show weakness, and then WLB coming back strong and then popping. Well, actually, it's got a really wide spread this morning, so hard to tell where it is. But we're coming off these lows here and looking good. So that's our entries here. That's our current positions here. Let's go through the focus list. NVIDIA, after showing a really hard pullback here, has held the 100 level. So we want to see it get back up over the 9. Now, again, semiconductors are showing relative weakness, but if this can get back up over the 9, we could take the pullback entry. Apple, kind of the same thing here. It's trying to get back above its 9. Now, Tesoro, back up above its 9, and that's kind of a key here. A key level here with a lot of these. How are we handling the 9? Tesoro looking strong. That's a biotech. We've got another biotech, BCRX, and either of these could really be entered today if you're looking for an entry, as could some of these metal plays. X, after pulling back, we took a loss on X, our last entry, but coming back strong over the 9. The problem is these things were so strong yesterday that we need a bit of a pullback now. They're a little bit extended. So I'm looking today, if this thing can pull back in the 36s, maybe I take an entry with X. Same goes for FCX. If this thing can pull back here, maybe to 1440, I would look to enter Fitbit after being beaten down, from 17 down to 8, showing some strength here as they've got the big electronics show in Vegas. JNUG, we talked about that, looking really strong. We'll look for an entry here, but tough to do on the big move this morning. Yelp showing strength. Again, we need a pullback. LABU, we already talked about biotech. OAS looking strong. Again, we want a little bit of a pullback for entry. Some of the fast casual restaurants, Habit here, showing strength. And then another restaurant here, Ruth, again, showing strength. Tesla, we need a little bit of a pullback here. Pot, pretty much doing what the metals are doing. Ag is looking strong as well. And then one new entry to the focus list, JWPH, trying to remount the 50-day moving average. So that's it for the trade report. Now I've got a lot of positions, so you may not see me get into anything, but if you don't have a lot of positions, there are a ton of focus list stocks here that you could enter. So take a look at how these guys are reacting to the 9s, to these key moving averages that maybe they've pulled back from, and you can take your entry if they are showing strength. So that's it for the trade report. I'll see you guys either later today or early tomorrow morning.